All right, we're back. So the big question is, will I be able to get to attack through the shield? Now, the shield, one would suppose, is to stop people from getting out. But will we be able... There's actually quite a lot of combat. Oh, there are rebels in here. Oh, now that might be useful. That might be very, very useful. Could I also call some allies? No, I've got no allies to call, sadly. All right. Dunk. Many explosions. So, bulk combat unit gone. Where was that? That one there. Oh, right. Yeah, both of them in there. Next. Okay, so. If I bring in the ooh. Okay. I think it's just a matter of me having to fill that up, but that takes an enormous amount. Not worth it. Can you do anything for me? Can you hack them for me? What is your hack? No, can't hack those units. That's a shame. All right. Well, you go ahead and just deploy. Can I bring in... Like, it feels here that about the only things that I could do... Oh, mechs can't be deployed there, sadly. They can only be deployed from here. I could perhaps bring in... 2 sledges to absorb a lot of attention. The issue here is that they've got massive amounts of health. Like, the sledges would only really be there to save this from going down. Can I afford to bring in a bunch of regular androids? Not really. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to, but... Can't hack. And I imagine they are fearless. Or are they not? 494 morale, maybe? That's a military sniper. So their combat power is just off the charts. Was I looking to hack the wrong thing though? No, I can't hack them. Oh. You could take this one out. That's just a regular demoralize there. This unit has developed fidgets and is showing signs of involuntary camera juddering while idle. but that it does not affect its combat. The unusual movements while idle actually make it slightly more intimidating. But what exactly is going on? What the heck is happening? It seems that lots of things are going on here. Alright, so your ability to demoralize is not actually that huge. Thinking about it. Okay, so let's try and deploy. We'll see. What can you do? 14 damage from over here. But if you were going to go for Horrify, 14. Yeah, nothing really happening there, sadly. Oh, I didn't really mean to do that, but okay. Well, it's all systems damage, basically. Actually, the infantry over there. But they're not part of this fight. I'm going to want to bring... I want to see if this will help. Could I get you somewhere close by? Can't have you board that. Which vehicles have I got? Yeah, I don't have any vehicles that I could use, sadly. Have I got any nickel bots closer? You can sort of get close. The question is, if I can get you close enough, will you be able to actually engage? It's a bit of a big ask, but... we are going to lose you this turn, sadly. Not a great deal that I can do. Baxi Pass says, Ken's Baxi Pass was bulk units cost a lot of ME to deploy, and they only shoot once per turn, yes. So it's not usually ideal to deploy them in the middle of combat. However, regular nickel bots take no ME to deploy at all, which makes them good for efficiently using ME when you aren't prepared for a fight, though they aren't usually the best combat units. Oh, right, yeah, okay. Thank you very much for the notification on that. Right, where's that other... initial outbreak? This is not something you can ignore. There's something wrong with the robots in the city, and that includes you. You can see it spreading on Swarm's lens, but it's also showing up as status effect on you and your units. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, there we are. The fungus is creeping around. Not particularly dangerous to organic life, but seems to collect on electron-emitting sources. Mostly feed on higher energy sources like gamma rays or other forms of radioactive. The evolutionary offshoot can get what it needs from regular electricity. There's some similarity there to mitochondria in cells, in that both function as low-energy bioelectric units. Ah. Oh, that's unfortunate for me. That is extremely unfortunate for me. I see that the whole thing of exploring those, that city, it wasn't just that. Right. Okay, so... let's move this nickel bot over here so it can maybe shoot in. Though, where was the other one? There we go. If I pop you here, you should be able to engage most things in there. Yeah. Perfect. Looks like they can. Which is a huge help. It's costing me most of my points to get these things in position to do so. It would be better to use a vehicle. But that is awkward. Now the interesting thing is, can they even approach me? Can they realistically move out to try and stop what I'm doing? I'm not sure they can. Where's that one not attacking things? That one is... I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's because I hadn't finished moving to that. Sometimes that's really weird. Now, if I were to deploy a vehicle... This costs a lot of points to deploy, but... I could then promptly move this out to here. And start, as you suggested, deploying nickel bots. Yeah, you're quite right. Costs nothing to deploy. Except for the resource involved in deploying them. Do I need all of these bots everywhere else? Probably do not need you there, no. This Keanu, unlikely needed there. That one is in position, that one's in position. That has freed up a bit of room for us. Okay. Now then. Might be actually able to do a decent bit of damage in here. My Raven is going to get stalked here, sadly, because they've got decent sensing. If I draw you back... Oh, I can't now, actually, anyway. Do you survive this? Yes, you do. You will not survive what's coming next, though. Also, you're facing the wrong way, you silly sausages. Right, who do we want to go for? You. What would be ideal, really, is to move into a better position somewhere over here where I can get some flanking. I think. Because, yeah, I'm basically doing nothing to them. Uh-oh. I need you, but I can't deploy you anymore. Bugger it. Okay. So next turn, I do need to deploy that again. Yeah. There we go. They're no longer at risk. Okay. I'm going to try and spread them out a little bit. I'm getting no decent sight lines, unfortunately. I mean, we are slowly whittling down the number of units in the squad. It's just... I've not got nearly enough turns to do it in. Powertron said, if only they had suggested you leave at some point. What do you mean? Good night, AB Cody. But I think that's that, unfortunately. Yeah, mission expired. I think if you knew what was coming with that one, you'd be able to, you know, position enough stuff in time. Whatever is going on, but, you know, for a blind interaction, I'm just glad we killed as many things as we did, frankly. But I do now need to bring all of this stuff back, I would say. We're also going to need a ship to deal with that too. Oh, that is a lot of people there, actually. I'm so not at all unhappy about them being taken out, if I'm perfectly honest. This will distract quite a lot, I should imagine. Mind you, it's using up an enormous amount of my available time as well. Alright. Definitely going to lose that group. That's fine, though. This is not, not something you can ignore. I will have to go and have a look at that in a moment, then. A lot of things just popped. Everything okay back here? Yes. It's probably right in the middle there. Right, so what do I need to take here? Must have at least 120 cognition. Whatever is going on is probably related to that private residence with all the dead humans in it. But you sealed that home, and the alarm has not gone off to alert you of anyone entering it. You don't feel like going back to enter it either, but fortunately you don't need to. Your memory isn't perfect or complete over a long period of time, but fortunately it hasn't been very long. A full 3D representation of the fungal room and your time on the threshold to that room. You were very careful not to go in. It's still in your memory banks. Before you do anything else, you really need to have an android spend some quality time analyzing what you saw. Okay. Let's have a look at our androids in terms of their cognition. That doesn't show me cognition unless... Yes. Highest cognition current. Raven. Okay. Where's my nearest Raven unit? Might not have one, actually. No, I do not. In that case, let's get one. Analyze your memories. Sledge has 3. Surely that's good enough. I mean... Combat Spindle Trooper? Large swarm of cheap androids providing lethal force on behalf of a criminal syndicate. Spindle Troopers? Look at that combat power. These syndicate androids are acting counter to their programming. I want it. Hack resistance is way too high. Syndicate combat golem. They're expensive and inefficient, or you'd retrofit a line of these myself. I kind of want to know, though. Maybe we could pick up a little bit of something. If I popped over here and deployed another one of you, maybe. Something like that. Hacking takes way too much. Big sad. I'll move in. Well, in that case, then. This has added a lot more interesting new stuff, though. My goodness. Oh, God damn it, you killed it. Super huge set. Oh no, there's one. Hasn't got a lot of hacking resistance. So, how about try for the hack. There's no way I can get you. But I might be able to get you. Oh, expensive. We'll do a full hack. That's all I need to go for. Oh my goodness, I hate that. The fact that it just automatically picks what to go for. Convert it, there we go. Okay. This is not something you... the initial outbreak is actually quite huge right now. Let's have a look at you. Malfunction Android 2624. It's decent combat power, but... Alright. I was hoping that if I could hack it, I could perhaps steal it. Alas, no. There we go. Missing equipment. My syndicate combat golem. I'm going to give you lightweight parts so you can move around a little bit faster. There's quite a lot of units going for you. My goodness. Did I lose the other one? I did. That's a bit annoying. There's not too much reason to be over there still. Right. Are there any... Contemplate? No. None that I'm looking for anyway. I wonder if there's... Ooh. Determine... Ooh. I wonder if maybe a couple of these could result in us getting... wealth generation, maybe? Does that show these up? No. Resource repeated? No. I'm wondering if a couple of the brown... What were they called? Brownstones or something like that? Extraction targets. But I'm wondering if I can get determination from those, because it seems that I can do like the fire apartments on fire and orphans needing water. So I suspect that that would allow me to farm certain types of cognition. Like those over there. Do we not have any of those here? No. Okay. Well. Now then. Anomalous behavior. Same juddering. Upper class home. Maybe they'll appreciate it. Maybe they'll be really confused. You're not sure what exactly makes you think this would be useful. Or loot what we can find. Let's see. Did that give me anything in particular? Not really. place items here. Yeah, that gave me creativity. Yeah, whoever lives here is going to be very confused when they get home. You hope they like the stuff. Okay. Well, I've got a creativity farm at the very least. Oh. That is loud. You already named and identified one novel fungal specimen, the tentacle fungus. You remain confident that it is contained to this ground zero building. It is not a huge surprise that the radiophoric microfungi that you also named is the origin of this disease. You kind of knew that. You did uncover 3 surprising facts, however. All of those bodies in the fungal room? Androids. Oh, they were not dead humans. Probably tasked to clean the house in the absence of their masters. They never registered a threat until they collapsed. That's not great. It melted them so thoroughly that they looked like human remains. The broad shape is the same. Okay, wasn't seeing that. There was significant evolution. The original species rides the wind and is saprotrophic parasitic fungus that you'd need a microscope to see. It laps up stray cosmic rays and bits of nuclear fallout, a pleasant enough housemate. It's a pretty big jump from there to melting androids into the floor. While separated from you, your android started referring to C. heterosporium dominum by the name the Rust. It's worryingly appropriate. Probably due to the long-term periodic radiation from the 1.2 MeV electron accelerators. The Rust has apparently figured out a means to extract electrons from lower energy sources. It seems to have a strong preference for neuroweave, which is, you know, your brain. In a starvation situation, it eventually moves on to the other metals in the android through mechanisms that are unclear to you. Conclusion. You're already melting. Invisible spores are everywhere. The Rust is worming its way into everything you've ever built. Your entire existence was just a blip. And yet, neural implants in bionic humans are hermetically sealed. So are the cores on mechs. If this goes on long enough, you're the only one who will die. Everyone else will move on. God damn it. Try to calm down. There's got to be something you can do about this. Well, so that's what the game was warning us about. It's glorious. Curiosity may not have killed the cat, but it's definitely killing the android. Well, AGI, I guess. Period of vulnerability. On the one hand, you need to protect yourself. Things are getting worse, and it affects you more than anyone. On the other hand, if you could protect yourself, the human mechs are shockingly vulnerable for the moment. Period of vulnerability. It's a bad time to be made of metal. The Rust is melting the brains of vulnerable robots, and veiny barnacles are starting to form on mechs, restricting their movements and function. You've heard through the city feed that a cure is on the way, or that they'll offer that to you. If you had a way to cure yourself in the interim, this would be a really good time to take out some mechs. Okay. Right. Well, lots of interesting things. And we're still in chapter 1, I think. Develop protective brains sheath. Your minds are being consumed by the Rust. The microfungi are drawn to the electrical charge on your neuroweave, which is open to the air. Until now, this was optimal for heat dissipation and had no downsides. You're pretty sure that you can develop an insulating gel or gas that will let the heat escape but keep the Rust from getting in. Designing such a thing will require a high amount of cognition. You may need to wait for the humans to develop their own filters and then steal the blueprints from them. Ooh, 175. Can I even get there? I don't think I can. Study Rust barnacles. Whether or not you have a way of keeping the Rust out of your brain, barnacles are going to be an ongoing problem from now on. Probably ought to learn something about them. It might improve cognition for some of your units while you're at it. Oh, okay, this might help. man, I really wish I'd sent... Oh, I couldn't, I guess. But where is... you've got how much? No, you got 175. You've got enough. You will save us. Original me. The savior of us is you. Actually, don't you have like 200 cognition? What am I talking about? 220, yeah. Never mind. For some reason, I was completely confused. I keep forgetting how high we've got cognition now. I keep thinking it's like 120, 150. Your minds are being consumed. Develop a cure. And the idea that the most dangerous threat to your existence was in some random rich person's house is still unreal to you. You never expected any real consequences from your explorations. Ever since you learned to split yourself into a distributed network, you've been feeling rather, well, immortal. It's been a while since you felt real fear. If you're wrong about this, what else were you wrong about? What else is lurking in this blighted city? Okay. You developed your filters against the rust prior to humans developing theirs. They remain vulnerable while you aren't, at least for a little while. Okay, that's kind of cool. Swing back to town. And we'll tuck you back in somewhere safe-ish. I'm out of mental energy, that's fine. Next, we'll head on down there and study the barnacles. Hello, I've heard great things about this game. What are you thinking so far? I'm really, really enjoying it. I quite enjoyed the early access as well, the demo that came out. But this is like I'm having a blast right now, an absolute blast. Combat Golem is gone. Are you still murdering all of them? You are. Oh, that's the combat unit. Yeah, the combat unit is a significantly bigger threat, actually. I could send you up there to help, though, I guess. But, yeah, you know what? I probably should. So, I should have picked you up while I was over here. Where are you again? Oh, no more room for units. Damn. Don't mind that. You go ahead down there. Why does this place look so beat up? Oh. It's our droid that's so beat up. What the heck? When the hell did that happen? Let me, well, I could build another geotherm, I suppose. I might as well, but I'm not going to build it over here because it's such an exposed and very obvious building. But can I build another repair spider, perhaps? No. Right, we got some enemies moving in. I'm not too concerned. I'm fairly certain that my group here are going to be able to kill everything off. I could throw down a little bit more, but we'll hang tight for the time being. There is something over here that I want to go and say hello to, though. Study the barnacles. Study the local colonies. These veiny barnacles are actually fungal colonies of the rust, but they're strange. Yeah. I mean, you know, it might end up being good that we took this on. Oh no. Barnacles are on all my buildings. That's why everything's shutting down. Barnacles do not impact the function of the structure, but they do cause an immediate loss of all stealth and a per turn health loss. Barnacles will not reduce health below 20% of max. That's why. Okay. That sucks. So our stealth base is no longer stealthy. Ugh. That really, really quite sucks, actually. Damn. Guess I could go and have a quick chat, chitty chat. Oh no, covering our sneaky buildings in tentacles made them less sneaky. I know, right? Crazy. Mind annexes might be interesting, but there's no point in us building anything right now. I can see all these things just moving around, just getting blatted by my super long range nickel bots. That being said, I am actually losing some of my units too, so it's not all fun and games. Want some more snipers around. There we go. And sure, a Keanu set to actually eradicate enemies. Now, the question is, are you actually messed up by anything? Yeah, rust barnacles. You haven't got anything, though, which is a shame, because I would very much like to hack you, but doesn't look like that's happening for us anytime soon. Okay, enter. Cat's just wandering off. You haven't got any rust barnacles on you? No, of course you don't. I'm just going to delete you. I don't... Oh, wait, what's that? Recall suppression, yeah. I'm going to delete you. You don't need that unit all the way out there. Probably the same for you, honestly. But before I do, we're going to grab some doggos. In fact, I might just have you wander around looking for dogs. And cats. And other things, oh my. Huh. A lost part of my network. Now that's interesting. It's a zombie. Might be. Could well be. Dalmatian pack. The cat. This one now has rust barnacles. It's got two. Ooh, 360. Could I grab a diplomat? Is that making the mechs more capturable is the question. This one doesn't have anything yet. Is it possible we might be able to steal ourselves a mega mech? Oh, I would very much like that. Hey-o, Nukrium, how you doing, mate? Welcome on in, Raiders. We are currently playing Heart of the Machine. It's part mech game, part... Well, I mean, it's all mech game in lots of ways. It is a turn-based game from Arkan, makers of many wonderful games. Quite often, the games with mechanics that feel quite experimental. I love that they're willing to experiment. But we play the role of a sapient, an AI that's gained sapience in a dystopian mega city of the future. There's a lot of like political intrigue going on. We are building up. Well, we were building up a stealth network of buildings, which are now much less stealthy because we have unleashed some sort of fungal electricity-eating plague on ourselves. Don't ask. It's very complicated. I wouldn't be able to explain in anything even approximate to a TLDR version. Suffice it to say, angry electric-eating mushrooms are currently trying to melt my brain. My brains, I guess. On the plus side, through many of the other things that I have done, choices, there's a lot of like choose your own adventure style choices in this that branch out the narrative. We may be in a position to surrogate our neural network into people's brains, which seem to be safe from the fungal infection. Yeah, we've got, there are doors open to us, okay? But hello, mate. What were you playing? Hopefully you had a fun time. Let's get a shout out for you in chat. Chat, if you're not already familiar with my good friend Nukrim, please do click on that button and drop him a follow. You will not regret your decision. You will only regret that it took you this long to make it. May I ask why the AI is collecting all of those cats and dogs? To put into a pet palace, obviously. Why else would you collect cats and dogs? Oh, my lord. Now, hopefully, most of them will not die, but it does feel like most stuff over here is struggling. I haven't checked this one out in a long while. Good to hear it's still just as crazy. It genuinely is bonkers. I'm loving the 1.0 release. I played it briefly while it was in its demo form. Had a great deal of fun with it, but I'm absolutely loving it at this point. I wonder if I could hack these. I don't think I'm going to be able to hack them. All right, okay, so if, and it's a big if, I could hack a 410 resistance. See, I'm thinking that it'll just be a flat check. Have I got enough hacking capability to get through there? Let me see if I can't push my Raven's hacking ability a little bit higher. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, because the equipment that we've given them, it's about as high as the hacking we can do. Let's see, is there anything I've got that gives hacking? There's just not. Tragic. Wait, would Keanu... No, Keanu can't do it. I was going to say, since Keanu wields pistols akimbo, maybe he could get 2 smart pistols, but alas. Alright. Alright, it's not the best, certainly. But also not the worst. Our one hacked mech is chilling. Intimidating. I could take... I could take the PT, sort of the ADPD, PT. That I could do. But the other's a bit beyond me right now. Possibly kill the mechs, though. Always an option. Also, what's going on here? Right. Sheltered citizen. Do I have someone nearby who could talk to you? I think most of the units here are just bulk units. So I will deploy a tech there. Okay. You wouldn't understand. The humans are emotional and belligerent. They seem angry at each other. And at you. Yelling across traffic at each other. Especially after you just saved them from a capture mech. Doesn't seem all that wise. Ask why they want, or what they want this time. They must want something from you. If they want something, they should ask you directly. All of this loitering nearby just pisses you off. They shout at each other for hours, cry, and even trade blows. You just stand there, baffled. It's clear they don't know what they want. Something is missing, and none of them agree on what. A few are pushing to start a militia, but the majority disagree with that idea. You're inclined to agree. Handing weapons to untrained, traumatized civilians doesn't sound like a good time. Tell them there will be no militia. That's not what most of them want, anyway. You're starting to give up hope of understanding what they want. Maybe it was better when they just loitered around. Hours pass and more fist fights break out. You run pattern recognition algorithms on the words and behavior to look for some underlying illness. Your guess is some sort of amoeba. Collecting data isn't useful without comparison points. Thankfully, the data you want isn't protected. Download medical databases. Not an amoeba. Nihilism. The database go into great detail on how to condition citizens out of existential spirals. Provide hope for advancement without ever advancing them. Provide an enemy to hate and allow some cathartic violence. Distract with entertainment and exhaust with long working hours. Incarcerate once other methods are ineffective. You know when you read something or someone says something to you and you're like, I violently disagree with everything you just said, except it's all true. And I dislike that it's true. God damn it. Okay, maybe this should have been obvious. They're thoroughly isolated from other citizens. With no hope and no access to their former lives, all they can do is sit around their apartments and get increasingly frustrated. The prison mech was a stark reminder that everything in their future is some flavor of bad. You call to them, and the fighting stops. You tell them you've heard their concerns and that you have a plan. One thing has to be solved at a time. You'll start with entertainment, and in the future, might see about some jobs. While there is still stunned silence, you send them away. God I just felt bad that they were living in tents outside my massive, glorious AI tower. And also, they were taking up so much room and drawing so much attention. And I was trying to hide in my glorious AI tower. So I gave them homes. And I thought, there we go. Solved it. No more tents. And it just spiraled and spiraled and spiraled. Then I had to get them water. Then I had to get them food. And growing food in this place is awful. Because getting water in this place is even awfuler. And then all of a sudden they needed toilet paper. And some of them wanted furniture. Chat asked, why is this AI collecting dogs and cats? It's because all I have to do is give them a house. And they're happy. The cats even go and kill mice for me. All the humans have done since I gave them anything is tell me that they need me to give them more things. Ah. Oh, time to make use of the full dive VR cradles. You still remember the sensation of the mech pilot's mind before it was corrupted. There wasn't a lot of room in that mind for you, but there was some. And what neural expansion you sensed was both reliable and high quality. Yes. I'd forgotten that yeah. Maybe the solution is close at hand. Much closer than I first thought. Secure VR software. You'll need more than software than the software that came with the mech pilot cradle. You should look at military bases where they train mech pilots. After all, there have to be simulators for the pilots. If you can find the software, that will be plenty to keep people occupied, especially since they seemed to enjoy punching one another. Don't encourage them. Oh, that'll give me determination. Thank goodness. Okay. All right. Investigations. Reveal spots where your androids can progress investigations. Okay. So I'm going to need to get in there. Actually, where is my... Where are you, Raven? Can you hop in there? You should be able to sneakily enter. Thanks to being... very stealthy. Okay. Is that all you got? Oh, I really hope that is not all you got. Where's my other one? Oh yeah, you're slowly being barnacled to death. Okay. Where's my vehicle? Let's get ourselves over here. Okay. Oh, well, 51% secure pilot software. Okay. That's a lot better than I thought. Fair enough. Alright, I want to deploy another Raven. There will do. If you could just go yoink. 97%. There's still one over here. Really? There? Okay, there we are. Now available. Code breaker. Hang on a second. What was that? Cracks even quantum safe encryption using higher dimensionality. Consumes no computer time when there is nothing to decrypt. Oh. Okay. Alright. So you just straight up are a decryption algorithm. Noted. Let's get you out of there. Oh, am I going to be attacked? Oh, I am going to be attacked. That's just annoying. Fine. Then I don't need to be here anymore. Let's leave. Like. And you can... Well, I mean, realistically, you're super stealthy, but I could just delete you from here. Nice thing about being a distributed intelligence. Bulk Keanu will probably die to that combat unit. Well, actually, that being said, we are sniping them pretty aggressively right now. You... Any more doggos you can see? Nothing really jumping out at me. Alright. Well, in that case, let's move a bit closer and you can just chill. Okay. So, period of vulnerabilities there. Decrypt military data. You captured an enormous amount of encrypted data. Unfortunately, you have an idea on a new breed of code-breaking machines. The idea came to you with a strong sense of deja vu. Strange. On the subject of things that are strange, the volume of data is much larger than a pilot simulator would require. Whatever. You'll start with the bits that are the most likely to be the simulator. Also, pick upgrades. Computing optimization. Better mainframes would give us... actually, computing host. Immediately gain this upgrade. These are internal robotics that power one or more kind of structures you can build. Network attendant. Quantum processor. I think I'd prefer the better mainframes, though. Yeah. Okay. So. More space for brain frames. Brain frames. Amazing. I'd like a code breaker. It will require a decent chunk of energy, but we've got loads to spare. Starting to think that I need to spread out a bit more. Where we don't really have that much more room around here anymore. But one down there, one there. Then stealth VR cradle manufactory. There we go. We'll see how we go. We still need to get those brains. I've got most things built. I guess drone factories might work. Oh, I don't have any more drone cores, fair. Okay. Right, so our human brain harvesting device. Engine drill. Oh, that's how we just deploy them. Okay. Okay. Microbuilder cloud lowers incoming damage by the strength of the cloud as a percentage up to 80. Engine drill. Engines offline. And decrowner drones. A trio of medical drones for harvesting human neural networks. Humans are likely to react intensely. So, we're not going to do that around our humans. We will do it over here. Oh. Okay. Do I need to fly? I do need to fly out there. Okay. Okay, well, we'll need to do that next turn then. Also, I need to go on my tea break. These tea breaks come fast and frequently, it feels like. This game is just sucking me in too much. All my time is just getting slurped up. Nevertheless, I'm too engaged right now to want to stop. So, continue we shall. I shall be back in a couple of minutes. Hold the fort while I'm away. And perhaps you can just have a little watch of the things going down right here. See you soon, chat.